Good evening, everyone. Tonight I thought I'd show you a little trick for building your technique that is more interesting than just doing mechanical finger exercises. It's using the Chopin Etudes, the studies. They're absolutely beautiful pieces of music. They're not in their own right. They're not just studies. Say, there's the ocean, there's so many of them, but there's the Ocean Etude, there's the Revolutionary Etude, there's the Winter Wind, there's the Harp Etude, there's countless etudes that he wrote that are pieces of music, really beautiful pieces of music. So if you can use them as an exercise and go really, really slowly, anybody that has independent fingers can do this. Just use the metronome and set the metronome to 1 tick per note, because there's so many of these that are just straight equal notes, and if as long as you go slowly enough that you can release on the way up, and when you come down in, go all the way through to the floor, feel the heaviness in the key, that you're balancing that weight when the finger plays down. It's like as though the note, the bottom of the finger is a boat, and the strength of the finger is going to rock it to the left or it's going to rock it to the right on one single note. So you're balanced there, and you feel that rocking during the length of that 1 tick. So I'll give you, I'll show you, like the Ocean Etude is basically. So if I can take a single note and put the metronome at 72, so that's a little faster than 1 tick per second, but that's just for one single note. So I can go. And on that single note, I've actually got time to feel if the boat is rocking to the left or to the right. Think of those old sailor ships, and you've got a group of men on one side rowing, and then a group of men on the other side rowing, and you're going to rock the boat over to one guy's side or over to the other guy's side on one finger. You're going to be able to do that. So that's on 1 tick. So then, I mean, there's tremendous dissonance that you hear when I'm playing it this slowly, that you only get the overall effect when it's going, when it's going like that, you only get the general effect. But there are so many things that are happening. Like he throws the melody, he'll go, I'll just show you some of the things that he does, like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4 16ths in a quarter, and there are 4 quarters. So 1, now this you'd think it'd be, but he puts the stem down as a melody note on the second of the 4 16ths in your second quarter. So it's 1, 2, there's an accent on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he has a decrescendo as that all descends. And the pedal has to clean for every quarter, except the first to the second. The first and the second are all under one pedal. But so if you put the metronome to that bar, it's going to sound. So 1, 2. So rock, rock, rock. So I'll do it again. That goes 4, from 5 to 4. Now 3, So it's to take the time to rock that boat on each single note stick. So it's not just play, 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 but have the strength of the finger rocking you. And that takes away the rushing when you can do that. Off again, and it's so beautiful when it comes in the major. So that's the way you can practice the harp etude or the ocean etude. Now when you do the harp etude, that's a different story. It's basically so you can practice that the same way. You can put a tick for each, like there's 2 triplets in each quarter. Oh, that one going bright again. There's 2 triplets in each quarter, so it's going to be like this. So you'd have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a group of 6. It's got a 6 with a slur over it. 6 notes in the time of 4, basically. So that would be the same for the quarter that's held at the beginning. You'd have to have 6 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's all one pedal, right up to there. And then a change of pedal. It's to rock both directions on one single tick. So, and then when you go to play it, then it becomes, well, or the next step is you can raise up the speed of that like a bit, like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But still try to rock both directions on one tick in the pad of the finger. Then you'll know you're playing heavy without pushing. Release on the way up, and you'll feel what's coming down is the weight. it's just a fun way to practice, and you really feel you've accomplished something because you're actually working on a piece of music instead of a finger exercise. And you can do it, I would do it with no expression first, full weight, feeling heavy in each key and a good finger lift and a quick snap to the finger, and balance and rock the boat, because you're not pushing down on the boat. You're in the bottom of the boat and you're rocking while the boat is floating. And when you can feel that in each key, you'll be doing good heavy practice, good solid heavy practice. And when you do it through a whole etude, you've really covered a lot of notes, a lot of independent notes, single notes of full length. And so your hands will develop that way, and you'll feel really rewarded, because each time you do it, the piece becomes more in your hands and the muscle memory is developed. And before you know it, you can play the piece straight through to the metronome. And then the next step will be to put the emotions, the feelings, if it's sadness or whatever it is, put those feelings to it and start to shape your phrases. But the Chopin Etudes are fantastic for that kind of thing, because there's so much of that kind of thing. If I took the Winter Wind, for example, it's it starts very quiet. 1, 2, 3. Those are quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Kind of the calm before the storm. And then, and when what you're doing here is a chromatic scale down on the top, but in between you're going, so hear it? So you want to hear the top over the inner voices of the thumb and the second. In the left, it's and so on. So, but then when it's together, then it's, so you could put the metronome to 72 for a single note in the right hand, and you see it'd be slow practice like that. So not only are you rocking from the top down to the bottom, on each finger you're rocking left and right like that. So when you can practice it like that and hear the melodic line in the left, know that you're playing the accompaniment part way louder than you would want it, but it's going to be stormy later on, and you'll have built the endurance to be able to play it the way you want for the balance of the voices. That's the Winter Wind, and it's about, what, 12 pages or something of hell, but it's fun to do. And then there's the Revolutionary Etude. You can do it the same way as this. So if you've got a separate tick for each note in the left. So just pull out a book of Chopin Etudes and enjoy taking little bits this way And even if you just stick with one piece, and first day only do 1 bar, next day 2 bars, next day add a couple more, and so on. You'll feel that your hands grow to it because they are studies, and Chopin knew what stretches to put in there to make them beautiful. There's that one that whatever it is. There are beautiful melodies in so many of them, and I think you'll enjoy doing that, and enjoy your practicing. Lots of fun to build, to feel the strength building. Anyway, have a good night. Bye-bye.